So some fucking crazy stalker fan pulled up to his house and he knocked on his door and Boogie just pulled out
I
of.
mean, take me up, take me away, kidnap me, please.
I forgot you were going.
uh, gotta keep making Ray over. Guys have to get back. Mr. Squeaky wants to see you. He can't keep his mask on. He's Mr. Squeaky because
I have my cat.
you beat on your cat?
I have my cat. No. My
You
cat is
beat on the
sitting.
cat. You heard it here. He beat on his cat.
I said I
STI.
have my
I'm
cat.
going to be streaming this on Discord as well.
Alex, why do you
I
beat
actually
on your cat?
Oh, fun, how's that?
I'm getting on. See my streams at work.
Jamie?
I
How do
said
people find
I
out?
have my cat.
Jamie Hernandez?
I don't know.
No, I know. I was just
She's
going
literally
with
sitting
what
right
Mr.
here.
Kane
Can
said.
she attend class for me? Because she's going to.
I mean, I
Nice
have a
cat.
cat with me as well.
Oh,
Look at him.
I'm stealing it.
Cassandra would not beat on
I'm
the
stealing it.
No, you can't
Yes,
have
I am.
him.
cat. Wait a minute.
No.
How old's your cat, Cassandra?
He's only a couple weeks old.
I was going to say, he looked like a little fluffy puffball.
He's really little.
What's his name?
Luffy.
Luffy?
Oh,
Yep,
I would.
based off of an anime character.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it sounds like a loofah.
I'm
All
going
right.
James. I knew somebody was gonna say it. I was like,
What?
I've been expecting you. Yes.
You look like a James Bond villain.
I've been expecting you.
Mr. Bond. Prepare to die. Okay, guys. Where we got? 21. We'll get started with attendance. Some stuff I need to go over. I'm sure some of your other teachers have already started talking about this. If they haven't, they're going to be talking about this very soon.
Make
So
this
we're going to
STIs
talk a
are
little bit
rare.
about what to expect on Monday. I'm going to
Seem
talk
like
a little
what
bit about it
Professor
tomorrow,
X.
a little bit more about it on Thursday,
This
and
guy.
pretty much.
Just getting
a
ready to
lot
send
on
dick
Friday.
pics to every girl in the fucking school.
So
No,
don't
he's already
panic.
done that. I'm talking about
let's
Alex.
get attendance done, get your microphones on, and let's rock and roll. Danish.
Rock and roll, Sean.
Mr. Kane's a veteran in that.
Oh, I want to hear
CT.
Jamie say.
Why does he take
He's
so
not.
long to do
He's here.
attendance?
Attendance, I don't know.
Dylan.
Like you guys, did you guys even do anything?
Dylan's not.
Half the class is just him talking.
Costello is here.
Yeah,
Connor.
Here.
Why does it keep doing this? It's really making me nuts.
I thought he was the
He
IT
said this
teacher. Why does he
every
not know how to use a Chromebook?
Connor's here. Abby.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty loud.
Michael.
Here.
Michael
Dan.
I'm here.
Okay.
Daniel.
Jamie.
I want to shoot Dan.
Daniel's in this class.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Garav.
I'm here.
Like,
Alex.
Michael Hand.
Here.
Dylan Collection.
I'm going to eat Alex's fucking cat. I'm literally going to eat it.
Kamal said he probably wouldn't be on today.
You see,
Patrick.
Sean, is
Yeah.
William your best friend?
Cassandra.
I'm pretty sure in physics
is
last year he
here.
was touching himself
Kellerman.
next to Jasmine.
Shorty, I think he said
Kellerman was there.
Good for him.
William.
Okay, cool.
What the fuck?
Okay,
You didn't
please
do
don't
it.
answer.
Wow.
Lemaine's here. I saw him.
No
Naomi.
fucking excuses.
Outrageous, outrageous.
Matt.
You suck.
Here.
Dante.
I'm here.
Not great.
I'm here.
Lucas.
Oh, it wasn't loud. It just sounded like you were moving your mic.
Kevin.
Here.
Okay.
Hi,
Hannah is here.
The only thing that's loud is
corner.
breathing or screaming into your
floor.
mic.
Billy.
Here.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's pretty
so,
good.
It's pretty
well,
hot.
Wait, Sean, did you already say you were here?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Well,
watch the video? We're on
he even
one.
asked me if I
Dylan,
was here. He
come
just
on.
knew I was.
Dylan's on. Cool.
He already
All
said that.
right,
It's
let me
like,
get
Hannah's
attendance
here.
out of the way.
Here, I can tell because I've been jerking off.
I can smell her from through the screen.
He's like, I'm stroking my dick.
Look at the way
I'm a freak.
she looks like she wants to die.
You wouldn't imagine if you fucking were like raped by him every day.
And she's
Okay,
going.
Matt.
She's probably not going to school.
She isn't. She said she wasn't.
Live.
When we added her to that group, she said,
Please type in
"Luckily,
the
I'm not
chat,
going
my
to school."
balls itch.
Oh.
You literally were in the chat. What do you mean?
I legit saw you answer, Sean. Well, that sucks. So,
So you answer her.
I saw you. I hate game. I hate the game.
I hate trans.
Jamie Hernandez, bro.
Trans. I hate trans.
Okay.
That cat's always the
rare.
Yeah, that William kid does look like he jerk off
Okay.
in class.
Sean, but you have a cat.
First thing,
I have two.
I have
Um,
a cat.
again, you're probably gonna, if you haven't been told this, you got the all call last night. If you didn't hear it or pay attention to it,
I
just
took that picture.
automatically delete anything that comes from
Alright, I finished my
ECIT.
dinner now.
Gold students, you're going to be in here on Monday. You guys will be the first people in. It's going to go gold, red, gold next week. Okay, so on
Why
Monday,
is he putting
you're
his
going,
face
if you're
that
coming
close to
in,
the
you're
camera?
hybrid and you're coming in,
Oh.
you're going to be catching your bus at the normal time you normally catch your bus. Okay, school starts, okay, and I will put up the period schedules up in Google Classroom so you know what time the calls are going to start. I'm going to put on there. Here are the period times. Here are when the classroom, the class calls are going to start for you virtual guys at home. Okay. Just remember, if you are a gold day person, okay, and you are virtual, you are calling in during that class period, not these little times that we've got going now. Okay, so you've got to call in normal class period time. Red day people,
Don't worry, I'll find it's right.
you're going to have an assignment that you're going to have to do so that you can turn it in on Tuesday. Okay, you have to turn it in and I have to look at it and go, okay, yeah, they did it, they didn't do it, they kind of did it, whatever. Okay, so you're going to have something to do. I'm going to assign that to you
Wait,
on
Sean, is
Friday.
this the
Red
same
day
teacher as
people,
yes-
you will
last
have
year?
something to do that is going to take you,
that, like,
I'm going to
you
do
and
this,
Brent
so
hated.
please pay attention.
Same.
Something that is going to take you 1 hour to do. Okay, I am a teacher. I recognize the fact that 1 hour of an assignment is different for different people. There are going to be some people in this class that I'm going to give this assignment to, and they're going to blow it out super fast. And there are going to be other people that are going to struggle a little bit, and it's going to take a little bit longer. That being said, okay, I'll make it so it's like an average of about 35, 40 minutes. So that way, if you're really good, okay, and you can blow it out, great, wonderful,
Oh, wait,
you
no.
blow it
I
out.
meant Hannah's
Okay.
girl.
If you're going to struggle or
Wait, what?
it's just going to take you a little bit longer, okay,
I'll be right back.
you got a little extra time. Okay, so that's the way that works. Okay, so on Friday, I'll give the red guys an assignment. That's what you're going to be working on Monday, so that when red day comes in on Tuesday, I will be marking that assignment, and it's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to sit there and say, guys, and they're going to go to Google Classroom. And it's like, if you haven't turned it in, turn it in. Because here's the thing, if you don't turn it in, you don't get credit for doing anything
I
that
don't
day.
get credit. No.
You understand? I mean, it's technically like you took a day off. These are not days off.
Days off.
Okay, don't start getting into the habit of like, oh no, I'll turn it in on my hybrid day. No, you got to do it and turn it in on the day, and you got to turn it in by the time, or otherwise I'm going to mark it as missing. Okay, or mark it if you turn it in later than, you know, I'll give you a little leeway, but if you turn it in later than you should, then I'm going to sit there and go, dude, you know, technically you weren't here on whatever day.
P.
Okay, so when we give you assignments to do on your
Sharing his opinion.
home day, you have to do them. You have to turn them in. Okay. All right. That little bit of nastiness out of the way. Okay. And again, most of you guys are not a problem. Okay. There's just one or two of you forget to hit the turn in button or just forget to do the assignment. Okay. Remember, okay, you're not just doing my stuff, you're doing work for everybody else. So it's a little bit of time management training for you guys too. All right. This
I
piece
wish
of
I could
ugliness.
hear him. That'd be pretty cool.
This will
His mic
be.
is like so bad.
Who's?
Teachers.
Attendance. Seating chart.
Even when I'm deaf and
Yes,
I can
boys
barely
and girls, you're going to be assigned seats.
hear. Lol,
Okay,
good thing
so
I'm not
Gold
dumb.
Day, there are 3 people who are going to be virtual.
Imagine assigning
Hannah, Kevin, and Kamal. The rest of you guys are going to be in here. Okay, this is where my desk is in the back of the room where it says
Sean, you're
teacher.
going to
Which is
school,
right there.
fucking loser.
Okay, it's going to be back here. It's pretty much in the same position as it was before, except it's facing the door instead of facing the front of the room. Other than that, it's pretty much the way the room is laid out, pretty much the way it was last year.
That's where you
Okay,
don't
there's
go.
going to be a blank desk here.
Yeah,
Okay, and
make
then
sure
there's going to be
kiss-
gold
kiss
tape
Sean
in
for
front
me.
of the computers where you can
You
sit.
got it.
You have
I
to
just noticed
sit
that
where
the
I
three
put
Sean
you
on the
in the
same
seating
class.
chart. I will make up little cards to make sure that you are sitting in the correct seat. Okay, so Patrick and Kellerman are going to be in the back row. Lemaine, Nayeli, and Cassandra will be in the middle row, and you're going to be more towards the door. Okay, the door's kind of
Why
over
does he
here.
have to explain that?
Okay, and then Matthew, Dante, and
People
Billy
are
will
retarded.
be up front.
That's true.
Okay, for the most part, I'm
It's not
still
so
going to
you're
be
retarded,
at my
I
desk
but,
because
like,
I got to
compared to
teach
these people,
these
you're
guys
fucking
as well.
Einstein, so it's okay.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you a little bit of it today, okay, is I'm going to be sitting at my desk,
Good news is you get to
okay, and I
kiss
got a
Michael
whiteboard
Van
down
Roll.
this side of the room.
Wait, what?
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be teaching at my desk. I'm going to have the big screen up at the front so you guys can see what I'm doing on the
Nick
big
is
screen.
best friends with
And I'm going to have
Van.
the whiteboard where people can see what I'm doing on the whiteboard because I have the ability, because, you know, I'm a tech guy. I have the ability, I just wish it was a lot easier
End
to
of the
do,
first morning period.
Bro, it's like
to switch my camera so
I
you
don't
can
know why
see the
you would wanna go,
whiteboard,
Sean. Sean,
okay?
You can literally like fucking cheat like the whole year at home.
It's literally taped down to my desk right now. Okay, so you can see the whiteboard. I'm going to try to make it look a little bit brighter and change some of the settings, but
God,
other than
I
that,
haven't seen
okay,
the fucking
the
whiteboard.
whiteboard. Okay, I'm going to send it in high definition, so it might be a little bit better, but I'll mess around with the settings, okay? So, and as you can see, I'm going to be teaching from here today. So basically, I can work with about 1/3 of the whiteboard.
CAD's way better than this, man. Our teacher's actually cool.
Okay, so
Yeah, they have a cool black dude. That's bald.
procedure, when you guys come in,
Yeah.
okay, I'll be in the
You're right,
room.
you're right.
You're going to see arrows taped down on the floor.
Give
There's going to
Mr.
be
K a
like a
kiss
flow
for me,
pattern for getting into the room,
Mouse is right over
dropping
there.
your stuff over on some tables
a
where you can
kiss
put your book bags,
For Hannah.
and then getting to your seats, okay? Again, you're going to find yellow tape, the gold guys, you're going to find yellow tape in front of the computers that you're going to be sitting. You're going to look for your name on a card where you're going to be sitting, and that's where you're going to sit.
Sean
Okay. On the red day.
Yo,
Attendance,
would you have
seating
sex
chart,
with the mayor from Paw Patrol?
red day.
Or
Oh yeah.
Red
I
day,
could join
okay?
this.
Red day, I got 7 of you guys virtual and 5 of you in school.
Or not.
So
Wait, Sean,
you're going to
red?
see also on the
I'm back.
tables, red tape. Those are the red day computers. So to help not transmit the disease as much, or
Again.
any disease, or just
Wait,
cooties
Sean,
or
are you
whatever,
golden?
okay? On gold day,
Are you
on gold
gold or
day, there's going to be
red?
gold day computers,
Oh,
and on
that's
red
good.
day, they're going to be red day computers, which will help
And her
lessen
name is
any
Michael
type
on this
of
thing too?
transmission of the COVID disease.
I didn't
Okay,
know
Country's gonna
this
be
one
red.
right next to my desk, I'm
Again.
going to leave blank.
Let's go.
Okay, this is a gold day computer,
Guys,
so
after
Dylan
New Year's
and
Day,
Connor are going
the
to be in the
coronavirus
back row.
Oh my god,
Michael
Alex looks like a
and
rock
Jamie
star,
will
dude.
be in the middle, and Lucas will be in the front.
Why
Yeah,
is he
we will
like
be able to
touching
move
that
this
cat?
around if
That
we
cat
really
looks
need
like
to,
wants to
so.
die.
'Cause we got a little bit of play. All you guys over here, you guys are virtual.
Became tranny.
Okay, you'll be in your bedroom or wherever you're going to be.
That's me with my afro.
Alex
Okay,
looks like
so
freaking evil.
Bottom
that's the
corner.
seating chart. You have to sit in the seat that I assign you, because if for some reason one of you guys gets it, or I get it,
If I get,
okay,
I'm gonna kiss
it
every
will
one
help
of
with the
those.
contact tracing. So
Let's
they
go.
might sit there and go, okay, Mr. Kane's here. This is the closest person. Okay, the only other two people were Michael and Dylan, and they were more than 6 feet away.
Miranda,
Okay, they
Wait,
might need to
Sean,
get the
you're right
COVID
next to
test,
brother.
but they might not. All right,
Yeah.
so, I mean, that's the way this
I'm
works.
not going
Next
for
to
Okay.
school,
Obama?
I tried to space it out as much as possible to keep you safe. And again, we have a little bit more play on the red day, so Connor, if, you know, I really need to, I can drag you down here.
I'm
That's
gonna
better
clap
for
your
you.
cheeks.
That's all you're
Okay.
gonna do. You're just gonna fuck.
But, you know, that's how we're gonna handle it for right now. So, for at least the first couple of weeks, we're gonna kind of go with this layout and the gold day layout. And,
Never know.
if we need to make adjustments, we'll do it
He
after the
shows us
first
a
couple
few
of weeks.
things. I take
Okay?
screenshots and then I don't use
Uh,
screenshots and I look.
We've already started, I started kind of teaching this pattern a little bit, over the last week or so, but, basically, we're still going to have our normal 84-minute classes. So Monday, gold people, the people that come into school, you're going to show up here,
He said come.
right after third period. Oh, by the way,
Guys,
you guys
said
have
come.
D lunch. If you haven't been told, you've got D lunch. Okay, so basically, you're going to do your 84 minutes, and then when that's done, you have lunch, okay, and then you'll go to fourth period. So you get the whole third period, then go to
School at
lunch.
2:30? Is it like a normal school day? now?
Yeah. So, what was it? Oh, okay, so what we're going to do is,
I know it's pretty
I'm going to
gay.
try to chunk up the class, so that
technically in gym right now.
all the instructions and you guys doing things and stuff like that, a lot of that's going to happen during the first 60 minutes. Okay? Then I'm going to kind of give you something to do that you can start working on. Also, that's a time for if you are virtual and you need to ask questions, or if you are in person and you need some help. Okay? I will be able to help you. So, the last kind of 15, 20 minutes of the class, okay, is you guys going to be working on stuff, okay, and asking questions and stuff like that.
Why did you
It's
make
also
that
if you need to
sound?
talk to me about something or
You don't like
things
it?
of that nature. So,
Made
the
me
bulk
sad.
of the instruction is going to be in the first 60 minutes, okay? And what I'll probably do is do like I normally been doing, do an attendance. We'll talk about something HTML wise. I'll have you guys try it, okay? We'll do a little bit more HTML wise, and then you guys are going to work on the thing that you're working on that day.
Ew,
Okay.
Taylor Winters in my
And then
freaking gym
either
class?
complete it or
That's
we'll
right.
shelve it for your next gold day if you're a gold day person, okay? Whatever day you're in.
Bruh, I know she's
Okay, and then I will give you at
It's
the end of the period, your assignment for the day that you are home. Okay? You can, what is it? And then you can, do that. Well, it'll be right at the end of the class. I'll put that in. Okay, it'll be in the classroom. There'll be an assignment and it will say something to the effect of, red day at home assignment. And you're going to have categories, okay? And actually, why don't I just create that now so you can see what it will look like? Red
day off on, we're gonna be slipping my cock in your vagina.
I'm gold.
I'll find
Okay, so you have a red day home category.
Yeah.
Okay, there'll be a gold day home category. Okay, but you'll also have a
No,
Red.
I'll find Kisses Boys on the lips.
Yep.
hybrid.
everyone.
Hybrid, it only means that
Oh my God.
it's basically your day that you're here. Whether you're here virtually, whether you're here
Oh,
in
some
person,
nuggets.
okay?
But
This is
me
your hybrid
was-
assignments. Okay, so you're gonna have red home assignments, red hybrid
Bing,
assignments.
bing,
Okay, and that way I can organize between the two so that you don't get
bing, bing,
confused
bing,
as
bing,
much.
bing, 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 bing,
Like
bing,
bing,
bing.
Okay,
bong,
there will
bong.
also be gold hybrid, gold home stuff.
Why is
I'll
he
go
put
over
the
more of that
freaking
on
double
Friday.
spaces three?
Friday, we're going to go over what's going to happen in Google Classroom and how all that's going to be organized. So that way you guys are not too confused. Because you're going to be. Okay, so.
That like it was hand.
One other thing to remember, if you are a gold day person, okay, you are here on Monday. If you're a red day person, you are at home working on your assignment. Do not show up
You're
at
doing
school.
online too, right?
Okay, if you get confused and you come in the wrong day, and I'll have a spreadsheet that has what days or
Are
what,
you doing
okay?
hybrid?
Okay, but
Yeah.
if you come in the wrong day, all they're going to
Well,
do
it's
is
got-
send
CAD
you
class.
home.
Oh yeah, and in gym.
All right, so
Yeah.
don't come in the wrong day. Also,
Yeah.
It's gold, right off my.
say you are a gold day person,
Oh my god. I need new
okay?
pants.
But you are virtual. You're a gold day person and
Thanks,
you are
Al.
virtual. You can, and you miss the call for whatever reason. You miss the call.
okay.
You cannot call in on the gold days,
Man, I found that so hype.
during the gold days call, okay?
Oh yeah.
If you miss, you miss. It's like you were not here, okay? You gotta try to start thinking of it as, I have to be in here, even if you're virtual. I have to
I have
be
to shit
on
my
that call
pants
that
right here,
day
right
because
now.
that's the day
Alright, say-
I
say
have
it
to
one
be
more time.
quote unquote in school, okay?
There we go.
Again, these aren't my rules. These are the school's rules,
What?
all right?
So what was I,
Wait.
man?
So you're expected to be on your day's call if you're virtual. If you're red, you're on the red day call. Don't show up on the gold day call and go, oh, Mr. Kane, I overslept.
Oh, thanks,
Or I had
man.
to do lunch with my brother. Or my
Michelle, what'd you say
girlfriend
from something
was,
Mr.
you know,
King,
knocking
I
on my
had
front
to
door
yank Dale off on
and
some guard.
I got distracted. Okay, first off, your girlfriend shouldn't be knocking on her door
Understand.
because I'm assuming she goes to a
Like,
school
I have
somewhere in
bear
the area
experience
or
with taking down
ACIT.
people.
And she should be in class too,
For example.
okay?
Had that
So,
threesome
you
with
can't make it
Uncle
up by
Chuck
saying,
Norman.
I'll be in the
Best
next
sex
day's
of my
call.
life.
You can't do that, okay? If you do it, I'm just gonna mark it
Is this
down
guy
and
married?
say that there was a
Oh,
problem,
he has
okay, and
kids.
you showed up on the wrong day's class. And I'm
So
gonna be
you
sending it
off?
to your guidance counselor.
He's my golf
Again,
coach,
these
and he
aren't
has
our
3
rules.
kids.
This is what the school wants us to
Bad
do. Okay, you
Okay.
gotta be calling in on
I
the
don't
day
know.
that you're supposed to be
Left
calling.
fell.
Okay, any questions before we get any more involved in that kind
No,
of?
he just left him.
And now he teaches me how to golf. So
Everybody pretty
So that's
square on the
pathetic.
fact
You
that
fucking get the
Monday is a
divorce,
gold
you just
day,
play golf for the
so
rest of
I
your
should
life.
be seeing
he
this
used to
week.
be a pro. So
I shouldn't be seeing you guys. I should be seeing the other
not like a
guys.
Tiger Woods pro,
I should be seeing,
but like
Did you get arrested like Tiger Woods?
I wish.
Oh, that's why he got divorced. He beat his wife.
I should be seeing Patrick,
Oh.
Kellerman, Lemaine,
That was-
Mayeli,
I'm
Cassandra,
White.
Matthew, Dante, Billy, and
Wife
on
with
the
the
call, I'll have Hannah, Kevin, and Kamal. Okay,
I'll have Hannah
that's what's
on
happening on
Monday.
Monday. Your red day guys,
I
you're
got
gonna
Hannah
have
on
work
my
to
bum.
do. Okay, on Tuesday, it's gonna be the other guys,
Yo,
Okay.
Kamal's dead.
and
Oh, sorry, I see you.
we'll handle that.
I'll be like,
The
Hannah,
other
man.
thing, if some of you have
Look at
noticed,
Mad Q.
okay, and you did the math, 1, 2, there's, how many of you? 23 of you guys. 23 and 10 of you guys are virtual.
You do what Sean just said.
So I talked it
I was
over
like,
with
get your
Mr.
mouse
Booth
away from him
because
right now.
obviously he's probably going to be in the same boat when you get to the second semester if we're still doing hybrid. We discussed what we're going to do about this, and what we're going to do is we're going to keep the class
question.
as if it was being taught, hold on, as if we we're being taught virtually.
I have a question.
Okay, so basically, okay, just one sec. Okay, if you're at home or here, okay, you're going to be
So what
doing and having access to the
It
same
was
thing.
like something like a foreign, like
What if?
If you have a doctor's appointment on your day you come to school, it would be like a doctor's appointment on any other day of school. Okay, you missed that day. Schedule on the day that you don't have to be in
Wait, Sean,
school.
why'd you put P?
Okay, if you are out on your day, you are out on your day.
Why is the call
Okay,
lagging
and I know
so
there's
much?
going to be perfectly valid
Everything
reasons for
is,
doing
like,
it.
not
Okay,
matching
but
his
here's the
lips.
problem. If I do it because you have a doctor's appointment, and then I have to do it because Sean had a headache, and then I have to do it because, well, you know, Hannah's foot hurt,
Hannah's-
okay,
Whoa!
or whatever, okay?
Hannah's
It becomes
feet
what's
hurt
known
after
as the
giving me a
slippery
foot
slope. If we
job.
do it for one person, then we have to do it for everybody. So if you have a doctor's appointment on the day that you're supposed to be in school or virtual, okay, you are still marked out. You can't just jump into the next
His
day's
tongue
class.
was aching
Okay.
after yesterday.
And even if you're like, hey, I'm a gold day person and I'm in person,
I'm a gay
okay, I can't
person.
jump in the red days call and do, or you can't, that'd be like saying I should allow you to show up on a
Hannah
red
could
day.
not sit down
I
for
can't,
class.
I can't say that, okay?
That's not mine.
You'd have to get school's permission to do that, and the school isn't going to give you permission to do that.
Not in algebra.
Sorry.
We'll have a Zoom for Jim.
Is Connor frozen and
Any other questions? It's a good question, Connor. It was a really good question. Actually, Mr.
Hannah said
Pake put
needs
it to me, and
surgery
I
after
told
I
him something
penetrated
along
her
those lines, and he was like, no, you're right. If
Oh,
we
what the
make
hell?
the exception for one, we have to make the exception for everybody. So it kind of stinks, but CC, you joined. Let me mark you as here. No, that's all right. I just want to make sure that you're here and you get marked for being
Sorry,
here.
you're a girl.
But who joined?
Here you go. Just give me a blowjob and we'll sort this out.
We'll sell this out.
Because you
So
really
Haka,
don't
we're gonna have
want
second period and fourth
that to
period
become a
together.
problem, do you?
Yeah.
Nobody wants
Yeah,
that
we're
to
gonna
become a
sit right
problem.
next to each other.
We got
Any other questions about Red Gold Day? And like I said, we're going to be going over a lot more, okay? But I don't want to spend the entire
It'd be like 6 seconds.
call talking about that. I do want to start talking about HTML5. Okay. So, if you go to Google Classroom
Track 'em down.
in the stream, okay?
So we're actually
I put in a
working
text
now.
file, okay, taking
He's like in
Connor's,
the call, and you see Sean go
comment.
behind his desk.
I made a
and
text
you
file
see
that
him
has
back.
some of the stuff that you're going to need for this little thing that we're going to be making up.
Connor's
Okay,
question. What was his question?
so we're going to make a document, okay, that initially is going to look like this,
What if Mr. Kane? What if he
okay?
What
And
if
we're going
he,
to talk
like,
about
leaves
CSS
and then Sean
layout
goes into the
flow,
closet and sees
okay?
Sophia
We're going to
Cole
talk
tied
about
that she
header,
went in 8th grade.
okay? We're going to talk about sections and nav and
No, but I
article.
want you to do that
and
picture
things
of
of
the
this nature.
half-naked girl
Okay?
and guy.
Yes.
So I want to switch the
Yes.
camera just for a few minutes.
That was disgusting.
I remember in 8th grade, Brian, we were watching a video and Sophia was like doing something weird, and Brian goes, "God, Sophia, you're so weird. I hate you." And then she started crying, and Miss Brian goes, "Brian, what'd you do?" He was like, "She's so
All right, so
weird."
on the board here, okay? When we're talking about HTML5 tags, we're talking about basically these tags in
I know he was
particular.
that big.
The header, the nav, section, article,
I bet he can't
aside,
bench more than
and
20.
footer. Okay, and what they do is they help us build out a web page, so it's a lot easier to make it work, not only on a computer, but on a tablet and on a cell phone. Okay?
God, how many
Sean,
times
put
is
another
The
this?
header, of course, is exactly what you think it is the top part of your web page, just like the footer is going to be the bottom part of your web page.
Yo,
Okay? The nav, okay, which is short for navigation.
Troll face mask.
Okay? It can be a separate section of its own on its own layer, or it can be part of inside the section. So we could have actually put the nav in here if
you
we
be
wanted
like,
to.
Ebony.
Okay?
Coffee
Article. This is
in
your
my
main
mouth.
content. The main things that you're talking about in your web page. Aside is if you need to put a sidebar into your web page. Okay, and again, the footer just goes at the bottom.
Yeah, Sean, get
by
the warm
using these different tags,
Wow.
okay? I get all these phone calls from all over the place.
Tag a fucking
By using these tags, okay, we can organize web pages a lot better. Okay, so,
Just use Google Sites. Who the fuck uses this shit?
all right, switching the camera back.
Why would you? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, you need this to make like
Okay,
actual
so-
websites.
He's like,
Basically.
Sean, what did I just say? You're like, I don't even know.
It's like worst software that every YouTuber uses.
No, I mean this is for like websites like for I don't know, like
And
I
hopefully
don't know, say
Google's a little bit
Amazon.
faster than this morning.
Except for they have like tons of fucking people work on the website because it's Amazon.
Yo, I'm learning about pirates next
Layout.
Learn about
Blank.
dicking you down next.
NY
week.
history.
Okay,
No,
I'm gonna
it's
drag in some
oceanography.
shapes, so
What the
we're
fuck?
gonna have
It's like
a
I guess-
rectangle
I
up
guess
there.
it'd be a type of marine biology, but like
Okay,
you're
and it's a
actually
header,
going
so it's
along
generally
with
a
that?
little bit smaller.
Yeah.
The nav really
Yes.
isn't
Well,
that
fuck
big.
What you're
fish,
gonna
you
do?
can't even keep a bigger fish alive.
Okay,
Puts in his resume. I had a beta fish
Section.
for like 2 weeks.
few weeks. No, I had one when I was younger. It was like for a
I
year.
doubt you took care of it.
article.
I
Yeah,
actually
folks
had-
do that.
I had
fed
like
it once
6
a week.
fish. I had like 6 fish, and then whenever they died, I just got a new one, right? And I named it the exact same thing every time.
Side.
That's what I did.
I just named it
Yeah, I had this fish
I named him
forever.
Ponyo every time.
Ponyo.
And footer.
Ponyo
Ponyo.
one, Ponyo
And what you're
two.
going to find when we start looking at templates and other web
that's
pages,
Poncho, and
older
Ponyo's
web pages
dead.
aren't going to have all
Oh
this.
my god.
Oh, first off.
No, Ponyo's from the movie when the girl
Mine-
became a fish.
Mine died. I fucking named him the same thing, except for I would like add a number after it, like 1, 2.
Ponyo squared, Ponyo cubed.
I don't remember what I called him.
John,
Better-
did your
Oh, yeah.
Christmas hamster die?
And I ate it.
Nav.
What,
Yo,
your
get his
hamster?
reboot, get his reboot.
Section.
Fucking Don like took his hamster and fucking threw it on the roof
I
and killed
remember
him.
that.
Who did?
Article.
He just fucking took it, like tossed it up the roof and it died.
Remember when Logan Paul
A trick.
Side.
recorded that?
That
Didn't he like
That
did
body.
he taser a
As we
rat?
start looking at different templates, especially, spell the article backwards.
Alright.
You're going to see
Shut
that,
noob.
and if you start looking at newer web pages,
You start looking at
let's
my
see,
ebony cock.
Ebony and
And
ivory
Alphonse nuts in my
in
butt.
Sean's mouth.
okay,
Taste
Here's your
so
header.
yummy.
right up here. Here's your navigation. Here's your section that's holding
Sean,
the
activate
article
Windows. Go to
and
settings.
a
to
couple
activate
of the
Windows.
sides, okay? And they've got more than one section, so they've got a whole bunch of different sections. And if you notice, they
Activate
lay them
Windows.
out like this,
Wait,
which
so
is,
the edit
if
fell?
you really did some
Hold on, everyone
digging.
get on a knee,
You'd
boys.
see that.
Everyone get on a knee.
These are going to be tables,
No.
okay? And when you finally get down to the
Time to
bottom,
watch
Yeah, we
Chargers.
gotta
Okay,
make a
you've
separate
got a
league
foot.
for black people, just like baseball.
okay? And as you saw in there,
Oh, yeah,
you can have
Chargers.
multiple
It was called like
sections
the
and
Negro League or
articles,
something.
okay? You can make it so
Yeah,
that,
we
hey,
got
I'm
segregated
sure they,
again, except
actually, I'm
for
sure they
black
probably did it this way.
supremacy this
So this is
time.
how we solve racism, segregation.
Let's put an article there. I
Yeah,
don't
we
need
finally
an aside in
got-
this one. Let's get rid
Finally
of this
got it,
aside.
like, good, and then
Okay,
they're like,
and
"Alright,
let's do-
make segregation again, except for black
Come on,
supremacy
dude.
this time.
Let's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, Martin Luther King's just like fucking rolling around in his grave. He's like, what the fuck?
Google has not been playing nice
Niggas.
at all today.
Martin Luther King
That
becomes a
one
Nazi
Boondocks clip.
zombie.
Yeah, that's how he would talk to him.
Let's
today.
put multiple articles and make them line up side by side, okay? Now, what you're going to see in HTML
No.
there really isn't that much difference than what you guys have been doing so far.
I used to have that car.
I'm going to expand this side
I used to have a giant
and
cock
make
up my
this
ass.
just a touch bigger so you can read it.
I used to.
Okay,
I still.
I took out the
I'm
head
sitting one
and
right
the
now.
style tag, so that all you can see is just
Yo,
the
is this hard to
context,
do?
just
Sean,
the
or is this, like, really
content. Okay, basically
Me,
tomorrow
Lava,
what we're
Sean.
going to do is we're going to start from here. We're going to put in a body.
I mean,
Okay, we're going to
find
have
it
an
easy, especially
H2
since I was in, like, that gay class.
header right there. You can tell it's an H2 because if we made it an
You
H1,
got the wrong
it
one,
gets bigger.
And if you don't know what you're doing, you can literally just look it up and like
Okay,
some Indian
So,
guy will explain it.
it's going to be an H2 header.
Dude, Indian guys are into carry society.
I know.
I actually hate gays.
Okay, then we're going to have the header section, and then
You
you're going to
got
have
the
another
mama tree.
H2 header in here. Okay, that's going to say cities.
Ebony,
Okay, and then you're going to have, and because the way they wanted to lay it out, it's going to be slightly different. They're going to put the nav inside
Did you do that?
the section. So in this case,
Huh?
we're going to put
I did
the
too.
nav there
It's okay.
and make it.
That's good enough.
I'm
Optimus, trust me.
sorry.
No, that's good.
Said
Optimus.
you only did.
Okay, so you can
said
see
only
there's
did
this
two
flexibility. They're not going to have a separate nav section. They're going to have a header, a section, a nav, an article, and a footer. And they don't have inside because they have no reason to have a sidebar. Okay, so you can see this allows flexibility. So to say it's like, hey, I want a separate nav section, I can literally just yank that part of the code out and place it above the section, and it still works.
Mr. Kane, dummy dumb.
Get back to here. Okay, so the nav is going to be inside, like I just showed you. Okay, and then you've got an article, okay, with the H1 header, okay, and it's going to talk about London. Okay, yes, I pulled out the paragraphs for you. That's what's in Google Classroom, so that's what we're going to be using, so you don't have to type in London is a da-da-da-da. Okay, and it is. London is the capital of England. It is the most populous city in the United Kingdom, with a metropolitan area of 13 million inhabitants. It's good to know,
Oh yeah, let me
especially if you want to go to London.
tell me. Bring me my money.
It also has information about
Bring me my money, yeah.
the Thames River and all that kind of stuff. The article closes, the section closes, and then there's a footer that just says
How do
footer.
I check?
Fuck my
Okay,
money.
now, if I,
Tell him to kiss
this
my
guy,
lips.
because I also
touch
pulled
my
out
tips.
the
360
edit in
knows
CSS.
if I hit some clips.
I put that
Touch
stuff
my
in,
mom, the rub, she is the
and we're
bomb.
going to
Yo,
do
how many
this
games
tomorrow
does
as
Grace have
well.
played?
So you
She's
can
a
see it was
woman.
important for me to talk about all the
Grace's
stuff
most
that we
played
need
game
to
is
talk about
Rainbow.
for school
Holy
tomorrow,
crap,
today, because
1,600
I want to
hours.
concentrate on this stuff
For who?
tomorrow.
For
Okay.
James.
Oh, yeah.
You are going to have,
Yo,
we're
World
going to
War
talk
II
about
is
meta
not that bad.
tag in a few minutes. Yeah, okay.
Like, everyone
No,
thought that
it
was
was
like
pretty
Okay,
good.
Call of
but
Duty
here's your
ever.
style tag
No,
right
it's Call of
here.
Duty.
Oh, they're talking
Okay.
real life.
I
The
don't care,
asterisk
Illinois.
means wild card. That means this applies
Nah,
to
most
Yeah, they
everything.
legit copied the game.
It applies to everything.
Yeah,
Whenever
why
you
they
see an
fucking steal
asterisk
Call of Duty?
in
That is so rude, man.
CSS rule,
Who
it
copied?
means, okay, for the selector,
So,
and this,
World War
this
II,
part of the
copied
They
CSS
copied
rule is known
World
as the
War II.
selector. Just
Well,
like
they
right here, the
It's
body is the
crazy because
selector.
World War II was
Down
like
here, the
100
header
years
is the
ago.
selector.
So like,
Okay,
it was like weird.
whenever you
Like, I
see
don't know how
that,
to
that means
copy
this is going to
everything.
apply to everything. And it says box sizing, border box. Okay, so we're going to see what that does.
Yeah, probably.
Body, we're going to talk about font families. Okay, so you can specify a specific font. Okay, if you just don't like the way the fonts are. Okay, in the header, you can then say, hey, the background color is this color. It's going to have padding around the borders in a certain way. I'm going to show you a bordering map. Text align is going to be centered. Font size is going to be 35 pixels. And the color is going to be white. Okay, in the nav, okay, it's going to do something called float. And this is going to be basically where it's positioned inside the section. Okay, so it's going to float to the left. Float to the left.
Yes.
Okay, 30%. It's going to take up 30% of the thing. So it's going to take up 30%. Okay, background color, that's the color for the background color, and padding.
Yeah.
How much padding around the edges before we put any content in.
Yes.
Okay, here's the
go.
nav And
Also,
this
you
is a
gonna get on
different
your knees
type
for
of
black people and be like, yes,
CSS rule.
go.
Yeah, as
You
soon as you see a
notice
black
it says
person, I'm like, you
nav
matter.
UL,
Yes,
but there's
You
no
are
go.
better
comma.
than me.
You.
Okay, so
You
what
are
that
no
means
matter
is
as much as
this
I-
You're
only
just as
applies to
important
any
as me.
unordered list inside a nav tag.
That kid was just trying
So
to
we'll
play
get to
fucking
play with
bad
that a
games.
little bit tomorrow.
He's like, I like how
Here's
he
your
even responds.
article,
He just
okay?
looks
It's
at me
also
and
going to
turns
float
back
Fucking
left,
stares at him.
okay?
Just turns
Padding,
back around, starts
okay, with a
playing.
width of 70.
Like, you know
Okay,
someone's gonna
these
do
are
that. They're gonna
both
find
floating
you.
left, but because this
Yo,
one's
what if, like,
30
we
and was
get yelled at?
defined first, this
Yes.
one
Put
was
your fist
defined
up.
later, this one's gonna
Oh
take
my
up
god, they're gonna play
30%,
like the
this
fucking
one's gonna
Pledge of
take up
Allegiance or some
70%.
shit, and no one's gonna do it.
Okay, background
our
color,
school?
height,
Yeah.
okay, how big it's gonna be.
Sean, what are you watching?
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And then
Clear
I-
float
I-
after
still
the
my
column.
best. I
So this
believe.
basically, this is the
My
section
school
after
pledge.
content.
I come to school to
Okay,
do
you
my
got
best.
blanks, display
I believe in
table,
myself.
clear both. So basically, it's just like
They
saying,
made us fucking do
this
that.
guy
Like,
right
we
here
went over
basically says,
to
hey,
the school
whatever we
office,
told
and
you
they
for
made us say it in the
doing
lobby.
these guys and getting formatted,
They make us say it
dump
more.
it by the time you get out of the
They made
section
us say,
so
like,
it
you know, they
doesn't
made us say in
affect
the
the footer.
fucking speaker.
Okay,
Calm.
and there's a reason for that
Oh,
because if you
They-
don't do
they would
it,
get
the CSS that you
kids
put
a
in
week
there
or something.
might
Yeah.
affect the footer.
Wasn't it
Wanna
me
do
and
the
you?
pledge.
Okay, and here's
I
the
think-
rule for
I
the
think I went
footer.
once. I don't
Okay,
know if
background color,
I don't know who I
the padding, okay, around the
They're like,
edges
"Our
of the
school
border.
pledge."
The text
Like,
line's
come
gonna be
to
center, the
school,
color's
get my
gonna be
ass
white.
beaten by Mr. White.
Okay, and then there's one thing, and this is super, super important. Okay,
London.
this guy right here is what makes it a responsive layout. A responsive layout makes the two columns stack on top of each other instead of next to each other on small screens. So basically what this is saying is, hey, if you are on media that is at a max width of 600 pixels,
Come to school, get the fuck off on. I believe in my
okay?
kids.
Yes.
Make the nav in the article,
I
okay,
believe in my
with 100
capabilities to
height
make off on
auto.
cum
It's
as
going
hard
to
as
force
you can.
the two boxes
Surely I
to go on
I'm telling you right now.
and stack instead of being side by side.
Header, section, nav.
Okay,
Nav.
and hopefully I can make that happen in a second. All right, and then the end your style and your head, and then you got the content and the body. So when I run this, and I'm going to make it go this way. Okay, here's your CSS layout. Okay, here's the
My
same
dog's trying
content.
to eat me.
Okay, cities. Okay, and you see,
What'd you
here's
say?
the header. Okay, the nav is in
Trying to
here,
eat
but
me,
I took the stuff out. So let me put that unordered list in there.
Oh, just went up to me and started snorting my hair. She's a Joe Biden dog. Joe Biden dog. Joe
Header,
Biden dog.
nav. It's still
Alright, well, while I do this, I'm gonna go
You're a
on
Joe Biden dog.
Nav,
Joe Biden dog.
boom, run. Okay, so there's a nav with its thing. Okay, and because here's when the screen is larger. Now look, the result size is now over 600 pixels. I start dragging. Okay, it still stays side by side until I get to
What?
6 second.
at 600 pixels. It stacks them. Okay, so that way, if this was on a cell phone,
Joe Biden to fuck little girls.
okay, it would still work.
I got a pack of
Okay,
wild
this is
as
ultra
well.
important when we go to start laying out websites from now on. We've got to make sure that we keep this tag in our brains all the time. This guy is what is going to help us make our web pages responsive to no matter what screen you're on.
If my dog just starts snorting my hair.
Okay, so tomorrow,
Lucky dog, am I right?
get in here early, or not early, get in here on time.
Get here early so we can
Let's get through
watch it.
attendance. I only have a few updates for Red Gold Days for tomorrow.
Well,
I want
yeah,
to spend the
he
bulk
gives
of the
us
time
programs to
doing
do.
this. Okay, and I'm going to give you all the content that you need, okay, so that we can quick start putting this thing together. And you can just, okay, now let's put this in, let's put that in, and you can see as it builds. And what we're going to do is we're going to start from the HTML first, then put in the CSS later. okay? We're going to put in the content and then make the content look pretty. And then we're going to then start messing with the CSS to see how changing some of the parameters and how it affects it. So that way we can take templates and do the same kind of thing. Any questions?
Why is she eating it, dude?
Okay, this is what we've been building up to for the last 4 weeks, okay? Is so that we can start building web pages. 2 things before I go, or before I let you guys go. Meta tags. Meta means when basically you're talking about yourself. It means of yourself.
Everyone can leave.
Okay, whenever you see the word meta, it means something of yourself. Okay, so when you see a meta tag in a web page, this is something that it is in the head, okay, and it's letting the web browser know these things, okay? And there's all kinds of different types of meta tags. We're going to go over a few of them tomorrow. But one of them is character set, okay? And this talks about the different types of characters that can be used and name, okay? So there's other things in there, name, content. There's another one, keywords. If you want your web page to show up on web searches and get closer to the top, you need to put in a meta tag.
Man. So inspirational.
He's scaring me.
Do it right now.
Connor,
And because they're in the head, they don't show up. The web browser knows about it, but people who are looking at it don't. Keyword. Word. Okay, and when you have keywords, you
All
can
right,
sit
let
there
us
and
out.
say,
It's like time to leave.
ATIP.
Bro, she's nibbling my arm.
Good.
That's what she
Go buy
said.
dogs now.
School,
Gigi, are you Joe Biden?
hybrid.
Alright, can you let us go,
COVID.
bro? I gotta like.
Gigi, are you
Okay, and you have all these different tags that you can put in, or these keywords that you can put in.
Joe Biden.
And what that's going to do is
Probably off on.
when Google starts seeing your web page being passed back and forth, it starts paying attention to these keywords. Okay, so when Google starts doing searches, the more time your web page is opened, the more time that when you type in ACIT, Google goes, hey, maybe I should send out other web page about ACIT, that because there was a keyword that said ACIT. If somebody types in ACIT in web, okay, it will float to the top even faster. Okay, this is how this kind of stuff happens. This is the stuff that happens in the background that you don't see because it's in the head. Remember, the head, you really don't see what's going on. It's only in the body that you actually get to see what's going on.
That's not the only thing
Okay.
in his body.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about meta tags tomorrow. Okay. The other thing we're going to talk about is, we're still going to be limited to it, but we're going to talk about a link tag. And a link tag is how you can keep CSS in a separate file, an external file. So that way you can have 6 web pages and they all use the same CSS code. And you don't have to write the CSS more than once. Makes life a lot easier. Okay, stop presenting. All right, so tomorrow, HTML pretty much all day tomorrow. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that I'm going to give you something, you're going to do it. I'm going to give you something, you're going to do it. I'm going to give you something, we're going to do it. Kind of get you into the practice of how we're going to start doing things starting next week. Okay? Any questions before we go?
Extra modes with Sean in Rocket League.
You stay after.
All right. Okay.
Let's stay after and see what's popping after class.
Okay, so unless you guys have questions, I'm going to call it for the day and be ready to be typing in the Try It editor tomorrow. Okay? Take it easy, guys.
See ya.
You gotta say bye. Be like, yo, bye.
Is he letting Hannah go?
So
Yeah.
Say bye. Be like, bye. And stay.
Mr. Kane, I gotta talk to you
So
about
I'll be
something.
like, can I stay
Sure.
here like you made Hannah stay?
Should I just? I'm just gonna stay, and then
I'll
we
wait for
we
the
ask why
baby
I'm still
then.
here. I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
No,
No,
stay.
I feel
Stay.
like I
Alright,
just want a
see ya.
beer.
Be like, alright, see ya. Just don't leave.
Everybody else off.
Sure, say alright, see ya. And then don't
All right, see.
I can leave till like 1:30
Look fucking
and then
Connor's
just come
face.
back on. Let him do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
Is he frozen?
Yeah.
If you jump on before he's done, no big deal. I'll just tell you we're not.
Dude, he
done
didn't even
yet,
say bye to
okay?
me.
All right, I'll just
This-
hop on at 1:30.
No,
This-
he waved bye.
this
He waved
dude.
bye.
All right, everybody else off.
No, I saw him wave.
Wait, who's staying?
He's gonna kick you, leave.
No.
Mm,
I'm gonna act like a man.
off.
Oh, yo, we're down to the final 3. Get what?
Oh.
Dude, why do you do that to me?
I think he had to
Third
stay
place.
after.
Bad dude.
Yo.
What went wrong?
Come
Well,
on,
I was getting
no.
raped too, just like Hannah.
The video was blurry. My camera didn't work. I couldn't see other video issues. He kicked me. I couldn't present.
100%.
The teacher is a pedo. Kevin Smith
Yeah,
called
I am.
because he's like Hannah.
That's good.
No way you're gonna submit that.
Wait, I don't think it goes to like the Google Meet, like the
Goes to
website.
School.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna put that then.
That's
Submit.
epic.
Kick me from the call.
Got that? No way.
It goes to the Meet. We're good. Yeah. So,
Okay with the
whoa.
boys?
Yo, who's viewing? Who's viewing my stream right now?
I am.
Streaming?
Well, no, I mean like on YouTube.
Oh,
All right, 1 minute. That was fun.
that's rude.